Do you have some overripe bananas? I'm gonna show you one of the best things you can make with very ripe bananas. Check this out. Hey everybody, it's Natasha of NatashasKitchen.com. I'm gonna show you how to make your new favorite breakfast, banana pancakes. These taste like banana bread in pancake form. They are such a treat. The taste, the texture, and they're mostly naturally sweetened with the banana. Before these banana pancakes, our family favorite was ricotta pancakes. We made them all the time. And these are seriously a contender. They are such a treat. You have to make these because it's a great way to use up those bananas and it's super easy. And I'm hungry, so let's get started. Also, if you aren't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel to see all of our great recipes and tips. We'll start by combining all of our dry ingredients. You'll need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Whisk that together and create a well in the center, then set it aside. Next, you'll need to mash up 2 medium, very ripe bananas, and I just like to mash them up with a fork until they're a chunky applesauce consistency. And overripe bananas are perfect for this because the riper your bananas are, the sweeter your pancakes will be. It's also much easier to mash ripe bananas. You'll notice there's still some chunky texture there that looks perfect. We're gonna set that aside and combine our wet ingredients. In a large mixing bowl, add 1.25 cups of buttermilk, and it can be cold. That's the great thing about this recipe. You can pull ingredients right out of the refrigerator. Also add your mashed bananas and 2 large eggs. Then melt and add 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And this is our homemade vanilla extract. I will link to it in the notes. Now whisk all of the wet ingredients together until they're well combined. Now it's as simple as pouring the wet ingredients over the dry ingredients. And you want to whisk those together until they're just combined. Be careful not to overmix. The batter should be fairly thick like a cake batter, and it should look lumpy. Now that our batter is ready and it is the perfect consistency, we're gonna fire up the stove. If you have a griddle, use that to cook a lot of pancakes at once. We're just gonna use a cast iron skillet. Place your pan over medium heat and add about 1 tablespoon of oil. Once the oil is hot, scoop about 1/4 cup of batter at a time onto the greased pan. And I love my trigger release ice cream scoop for even portioning. This is my favorite scoop and I will link to it in the notes. The batter should be bubbling and sizzling at the edges when you add it to the hot skillet. Sautee for about 2 minutes per side, flipping once. You'll know it's time to flip the pancakes when you see bubbles forming on the surface. They'll also be a light golden brown on the first side. Flip them over and cook them for about another 2 minutes on the second side, adding more oil as needed. Once they're ready, I like to transfer them to a wire rack, or you can put them on a platter if you're gonna serve them right away. Then repeat with the remaining batches. All right, who's excited for the taste test? But one thing that I really love about this batter, I only sauteed about half of them. The rest, I am going to refrigerate overnight. This is a great make-ahead batter. You can refrigerate overnight and then just put them on a skillet the next day, and it is seriously just as good. I love make-ahead breakfast ideas like this. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do for fresh, homemade banana pancakes the next morning. Just transfer them into a measuring cup to take up less space in the fridge. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, you do wanna cover it up so it doesn't dry out though. That is important. All right, into the fridge that goes. Boom. All right, now let's do this taste test because I cannot wait any longer. These pancakes smell amazing. Okay, so we're just gonna make a lovely stack here. Boom. Boom. This is gonna be a lot of pancakes. How many pancakes can I eat? And again, these are kind of guilt-free for me because they're sweetened with the banana so that they're healthy. It's like eating fruit, right? Right. And I do love to top these with freshly sliced banana. Then everybody knows they're banana pancakes, you know? Then I have some toasted pecans. You can use pecans or walnuts, but this is a nice topping. It goes so well with banana pancakes. Just sprinkle them over generously. And toasting nuts really makes them so much more flavorful. Okay, now, last but not least, we're gonna give this a generous drizzle of real maple syrup. Here we go. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, we're gonna dive right into this because my mouth is watering for pancakes. What can I say? Okay, so here we go. Cut right in. Okay, here we go. All right, doesn't that look like cake? Okay, here we go. That is a breakfast of champions, my friends. It seriously tastes like a freshly baked banana bread, but it was super easy, super quick. I love the taste and texture of these. They're sweet, but not too sweet. And then they have like this spongy, super soft and airy consistency. These go down easy. I love it, love it, love it. Can't wait to eat the rest of this giant stack. Maybe I'll share with my husband, the cameraman. I don't know, we'll see. Also, these reheat really well. You can just pop them in the toaster oven, in the toaster, in the air fryer, whatever, on the skillet. They reheat super well the next day. And my kids love these because they taste like banana bread. I mean, you can't go wrong. I hope you guys love this recipe and that it becomes a new favorite recipe for overripe bananas. Those are the best here because they end up the sweetest. Enjoy, and we'll see you in our next video.
Just throw them up.
I think that's fine. Let's look. Good.